Hey, and welcome to The Journey. For those of you that didn't tune in yet, Clayton Daniels here, speaking on behalf of important stuff that matters to our youth. Okay, like I say, we started this show we call The Journey because the journey can mean a lot of things in sports, and it kind of leaves us room to go some places. We're here to talk about honest answers, honest information to youth parents. I believe, just like anything in life, I think we've kind of become fancy, and there's just a lot of things that aren't true that are out there floating around in the youth game. And I think if we clean that up, we can really do some big things with our youth sports. Okay. For those of you that don't know me, I grew up in Iowa, southern Iowa, and played baseball, basketball, football all throughout high school. Fortunate enough to play Indian Hills Community College, where we played in the Junior College World Series. Went on, signed letter, and played baseball, Division I, University of Northern Iowa. Played with a lot of great players, some guys that are playing the big leagues still, several others that signed professional contracts. So played for a lot of good people, picked up a lot of good stuff along the way, and just trying to pass that information on. Also saw some bad things along the way here and there. Like anything, there's good and bad, and we just want to push that good information out so we can override the bad with a lot more good. Okay. I started this show, The Journey. Like I say, kind of got back into it whenever my son started playing some youth sports. And when my nephews were playing, saw some things, I just thought maybe we could correct this. So, we're gonna, like I say, we're gonna do some interviews with some people. We're also just pushing out things that appear to be common sense, but the more I get out there, I just think it's not being pushed out. Okay, so. But I think it's really important. Let's just be honest about things in our sports. We're going to try to keep these short, quick to the point, so that if you've got a few minutes here or there, you can watch, pick up some good stuff. And at the end, I will, open it up for some questions. And if you've got some real questions, we'll give you an outlet and get you some good feedback. Okay. In youth sports, I feel there's several things to focus on in different ages. There's different things, but I think, if we can just in the beginning start out to say, some three big things to hit on, big topics that are important, I believe, is effort, okay, the anxiety that kids deal with, and the fundamentals. Okay, I think we've come to a point where everybody's in a big rush to play games, okay, baseball, basketball, football, volleyball, whatever it is. I think it's a parental thing that we don't want our child to be left behind, right? That's just human nature. We don't want our kids to be left behind. And so Sally down the road's playing on this team, or Billy's playing on the baseball team and they're doing this or that. And so we jump in and all of a sudden now we're playing games, right? Well, it's kind of like putting somebody behind the wheel of a car that doesn't know how to drive, we wouldn't send our kids to drive without giving them proper instruction. And I feel like youth program is a channel for us to put in those basics, so to say, before we can build them up so they can drive that car, so they can have success in their sport. Okay, so like I say, I feel that if we kind of build off of these three things, the effort, we can focus on that, things we can control. Okay, in life there's several things we can't control, but we try to focus on the ones we can control. Okay, effort is one of those things. Anxiety and fundamentals are the other two, I think, that are big, especially early in the youth game, the youth sports. I think the best way to do this, we can go in a million different directions with all of these and speak for hours on all of them. But I think we're going to break this into a 3-part show. Okay, that way, like I say, you can get some quick information, and down the road we can build off of them. But part 1, I think, is going to be the effort series. Okay, it's the effort is something we can, as coaches, can reinforce. Even if a kid, is less fortunate at an early age to maybe not have the skills that some are. From my experience, I've seen big gaps. You've got some kids that don't have a lot of experience at all playing as they come because they didn't have big brothers, big sisters, and you've got some that had multiple brothers and sisters and they've been playing their whole life. Okay, so you're going to get a wide range of kids, a wide range of skills to work off of. Okay, and so as a coach, you got to pick out, and essentially fundamentals are important. We'll get into that, but the effort, right? We can all, each kid can control their own effort they're putting out. You know, I mean, I think in today's society, everything is so instant and it's out there that somewhere along the way there's this personification, this look, this myth that it's cool not to try, or it's cool to look, you know, smooth or easy, like something's easy. Okay, well, baseball, softball, sports are not easy. All right, and so I think it's time we're honest about it, right? I mean, to make something look easy, you have to be very good at it, which takes a lot of work, you know, a lot of effort, a lot of long, just time being put in. Okay, so I think that's one of the big myths too out there. You know, is that you see these players, or you see somebody, you know, kind of hot dog or whatever. Well, really, you've got to put in the work to make something look easy, because it's not. Okay, to do things correctly, it's not that easy. You know, and I think, you know, alluding back to when we started speaking today about the youth sports, and you know, we're putting these kids in, and we just get a few practices in, and they're wanting to go play games, and then what do we do? What do you see? You know, what do I see? What do you guys see? I know it's not just in my part of the country, but we see everybody's focusing on winning games, right? Like, and it's so funny to me, but like, people are worried about these kids. Like, we got to win this game. We got to do whatever it takes to win this game. And don't get me wrong, winning is important as you get older and you progress, and you know, competing is very important. And don't get me wrong, I feel competing is very important, but winning, the emphasis on winning in youth, especially lower youth sports, is so overrated. Okay, you know, I was recruited by colleges. I've been around the recruiting game. I've talked to several people that do recruit, and I don't know that anybody's ever been asked, how many games did you win as an 11-year-old, as a 12-year-old? You know, what was your record? Nobody cares. Okay, so can we just get that out there? Winning is not the focus on our youth sports. Okay, we need to focus on the process, right? We need to focus on the tools that get us better. Again, comes back to the effort, right? We got to put forth that effort. We got to put forth the practice to get the effort, to get that result. All right, we need to focus on the process. Okay, the process isn't wild and exciting, right? And that's probably why so many people don't think it's that important, because it's nothing happens instant. Okay, especially in like a baseball or a softball, right? It's a lot of not exciting things practiced over and over again. Okay, to get better, perfected over a long process allows you to see the result you want. Okay, it's kind of, you know, the more we put into it, like anything, the better we're going to get. So, like I said, let's focus on what we can control, our effort, right? So, with that, you want to positively reinforce the good behaviors, right? So, when Billy, you know, is hustling on and off the field, little things. It's the little things that we do right will build us up. Okay? When Billy hustles off the field, because that's what you told him to do, and hustles off and on, you give him a high five and you tell, hey Billy, good job hustling off the field. That's great. That's exactly what we want. You give him a high five, right? So is Billy going to be pretty excited the next time he comes running off or on the field? Of course he is, right? And you just continue to do that with everything, right? When he hustles, that he hits a ground ball, he hustles down the line, right? He picks his buddy up and gives him a big high five, like effort, right? Make a big deal out of something when they do it right. And I guarantee you they're going to remember that, okay? The attitude, right? And on my team we talk about this a lot, but let's have the right attitude. Let's go have fun, right? I mean, they're doing this for fun, but they're going to pick up lots of life skills out of this. So make sure it's fun, right? But it's also the process. Make the process fun for them. Make getting better fun, okay? And then point out when they do get better from the skills that you've been teaching them, say, hey, remember when we started this till now? And you're going to see their eyes light up and say, yeah, I remember. Okay? So make sure we're positively reinforcing those simple behaviors, right? That every day we can't control how well we hit. You know, if we step in the plate, hit a line drive to the shortstop, second baseman to the outfield, and they catch it, we can't control that. But we can control if we show up ready to play, ready to hustle every single day. Okay? We try to get better every single day, small amounts, because built up over a long period of time, we're going to see huge results. And I know that sounds simple to you guys. You're going to say that's common sense, and you're right, but I think it's forgotten a lot. Okay? So focus on the little things done right. Okay? And like I say, just make sure you, over the moon, emphasize that it's a big deal. Like, hey, you know, you kept your glove down on that ground ball. You kept that ground ball in front of you. Yeah, hopped up, it bounced off your chest. Great job blocking that ball. And make sure you do it in front of the other kids. Okay, make sure you positively reinforce, make a huge deal out of the behaviors we want. Okay, and let everybody see it, because guess what? Everybody else on that team that saw that, man, I want coach to do that to me, right? And you're going to see whoever you positively reinforce, the chest is going to come up, the eyes are going to light up, right? You would have thought you just gave them $1 million. Okay, so make sure that you do it in front of people, and a huge deal. Okay, and the behaviors we want on our team, that's what you reinforce. All right. So like I say, we're going to try to keep these short, but you know, we get going on these, and it leads to different avenues. But like I say in the beginning, no facades. Let's just be real. Hard work is gonna, in the end, is gonna outpace everything we do. You know, don't get caught up in the latest, greatest thing of, oh, this tool came out, that tool came out. Oh, I'm gonna be great now. No, you're gonna be great now because you did the little things every single day. Okay, every time you stepped on the field, you got better, and you gave it all your effort. Okay, you hustled, your attitude, you had a great attitude. All right, and that goes for coaches too. Like, you're the leader of your team, so when you show up to the ballpark, you got to make sure you're on your game, and you're trying to help your guys get better. Okay, so like I said, it's great being with you here today. That was the first part of our 3-part series. You know, that we're going to talk about. You know, the effort, the anxiety, and the fundamentals. Right, the basic building blocks to build a youth program, and essentially, you know, the youth program is going to lead to the high school level or the older level, the college level. This is a very important part, because this may make or break a kid that may eventually have college talent or varsity level high school talent that gets out of the game before he developed and we knew he was good, or you know, gets out of the game, just didn't enjoy it. So let's go make sure we're having fun with them, but we're focusing on the right things. Okay, focus on the process. Focus on getting better. Focus on controlling what we can control. All right. So, like I say, next week we're going to talk, or next time we're going to talk about anxiety. Okay. I think that's another spot we're getting hung up with in the youth game, and so we're going to get into that. So, part 2 is going to be anxiety. And I tell you what, parents, coaches, anybody out there watching this show, you got questions, shoot them. If it's about this, about something else, hey, we want to be here to answer your questions. Right. We want to be your outlet. We want to be somewhere you can go to get honest answers. I tell you what, I think there's too much just blowing smoke around anymore. Okay? So let's get real about it. Let's get excited, and let's get to work. All right? So, tell you what, welcome to the journey.